Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Greenleaf Season 5, Episode 3, I believe it is. Not in a good mood. I'm just feeling bummed today. I'm in some sort of funk. I can feel it coming. It's been trying to come probably since about Sunday. Yesterday, Monday, just everything started to feel like blah. And today I'm full-fledged funk, you guys. So I don't know. I just want things to get back to normal, and it just doesn't seem like normal is coming. I mean, it's a new normal. I know. That's not what we're here for today. I'll do all of my depressive ranting on top of the blogs. Greenleaf, you guys, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, let's start with Sophia. So Sophia and Zora, you know, they're getting along long enough for them to get her titty pics off of the internet. Zora has done all of the Google searches. They've seemed to have wiped the internet. It seems that it's all been done, taken care of. Sophia is grateful for that. When she gets up, she sees Nikki's bag over there. She's like, is this Nikki's? And, you know, Zora was like, something like that. And she picks it up and she starts throwing the stuff in the trash. Oh, you are getting her, aren't you? Zora's like, wait a minute. Some of my stuff is up in there too. So while Zora and Sophia are kind of tangling with the bag, then in walks Nikki. Now, Nikki, I guess she got a key. She come busting in. Hey, what you doing? Don't be throwing my stuff away. Sophia's just like, she don't give a damn. I said, Sophia, girl, please leave Nikki alone. This child looked like she got razor blades up in her hair, okay? Nikki looked like she ain't came from the same money you came from. You know, she gonna fight for Dante. So anyway, Sophia was just like, bitch, that was real slick of you to put my titty pics up. And Nikki said she didn't do it. However, how dumb is it for you to send a titty pic with your face on it? Maybe you should know better next time. Sophia still want to beat that ass, and Zora's in the middle of them, you know. Nikki says, you just mad because you got. You ain't getting Dante back, basically. She gonna tell Zora, I told you to leave the trash alone. I was like, excuse me, Nikki. Now, first of all, you ain't been no long lost friend or nothing. You just came around a couple of months ago, bitch. Ain't nobody throwing away their family for your ass. Okay, yeah, we had a couple of good times. Yeah, you had me thinking that maybe I wanted to sleep with you for a second when you stared at me for that length of time. But other than that, honey, I ain't got to get rid of my cousin for your ass. So, no. Zora done had enough of this. And Zora tell her that she need to go. Sophia still want to fight her and pushes on her. And the girl turn around and says, at least I can have kids. Oh, why she say that, child? Now Sophia really ready to fight. Okay, Zora was like, get your ass out and do not come back. Old girl was like, this is the thanks I get. Girl, if you don't get some damn where, don't nobody even know you. And so when she leaves, Sophia looks at Zora and Zora's like, I promise I didn't tell her. Of course she didn't. Girl, you don't know nothing about that pillow talk when you with your boy at night. You know, you guys talking real softly in the nighttime. So yeah, like I said, Sophia gonna have to grow up, child too green. She don't know how it goes. So later on, you know, Zora about sick of this with Sophia. She tells Sophia, look, you need to do something that's gonna correct this bad mood that you always in. Sophia was just like, okay, well, enlighten me. What am I supposed to do? She said, I don't know. I mean, go do something. How about you train for a marathon? You like to run. Why don't you learn how to cook some jambalaya or something? Whatever you need to do to get you out of this miserableness that you are in. Even though Zora ain't been a bundle of fun either, but I mean, I guess Sophia is not her normal sweet and God-fearing self. Now let's jump over to Zora mama and that dumbass Jacob. You know, she's stomping around the house, you know, in a bad mood, fussing. She go and open the curtains while Jacob trying to sleep. She tell him that she got a meeting with one of his boys, okay? First of all, you know the nigga gonna be late. So anyway, I'm gonna be dealing with him, and that means that you gonna need to go pick up Winky. You know, Jacob just looking at her. See, I knew it. You can't never spend no time with your son. I was just like, oh my gosh, she is just a pain in the ass. Jacob was like, I never said I wouldn't do it. I will pick him up. Fine. Okay, good. You know, Zora mama say she gotta go to work, okay? That's something that grown-ups do. You know, something that Jacob just refuses. Why are you so worried about Jacob going to work? Jacob lives with his rich-ass parents. You've been knowing this the whole time. Heifer, you didn't want to get out the house. Then you got out the house. And then you came back to the house. And now you... Girl, what the fuck? I'm so sick of Zora mama. So anyway, Jacob's so sick of her surly self. He said, you know what, Zora mama, if you're going to be like this all the time, why don't you just move? Okay, get the fuck on. She was just like, when I'm sure that me and my children are taken care of, I will. So, what is Jacob doing today? Well, Thick Neck gets dressed and drives it on over to Tasha the Skank's house. She opened the door, and child, she all gussied up, got her tight black dress on. He's like, you little overdressed for where we going today. And she was just like, you know, this is all she wears right now since, you know, she's a widow. They're going to go see Basie's sister. Jacob asked her, does she know why we're coming? And she was like, yeah, I don't think she knows why we're coming, but, you know, Jacob is apprehensive. Okay, but hey, ain't no time like the present. You want to get this taken care of, old inch-high private eye. And damn Jacob tried to take care of some business. Nigga, if you don't go tell your damn mama, so sick of this shit. So they get in the car, they drive it on down. Evidently, Basie's sister has a mission down in Memphis, I believe it was. While they're on their way there, when they're walking up to the building, actually, Tasha the Skank is telling them how Basie's body was found. He was found dead. The police called her and told her. I said, listen, if we know anything, and we only know a few things, but what we do know is if you ain't seen the nigga dead for himself, then that means Basie and his hair is out there somewhere. Miss me with that. As far as Wicked City woman Rochelle, don't nobody know where she is, but she assuming that she made it down there to Mexico. I said, girl, what is wrong with Tasha the Skank? Just as dumb as can be, girl. That Wicked City woman Rochelle is probably right in her backyard. So they go to the door, knock on it, and here come Basie's sister. You know, she look at Jacob. She said, Lord, the Lord told me that this day was coming, and I never believed it. Jacob, who told you what? Anyway, she's invites him on in. You know, Jacob is impressed with the ministry. You guys know that this is the kind of thing that he always wanted to be about. His dad and his mom was more about the great big mega church and all of that. So he's just like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. You know, Tasha the Skank is like, see, girl, what I tell you? I told you he one of the good ones. Basie's sister looking at her like, girl, don't let this man fool you just because he think that this place is impressive. Anyway, now why are you here exactly? Jacob says, well, you know, Basie always said that my dad killed your dad. And she was like, yeah, I know that. And he was like, and did you believe that? And she was just like, pretty much, yeah, I believed it. I can't worry myself about that because, you know, my God said that vengeance is mine. You know, she gonna let God take care of whatever Bishop did to her daddy, and she just gonna keep on living her life the right way. But she already know what it is, you know, and Jacob was like, but how do you know? And she says, well, Basie told me that daddy got a call from Bishop and told him to come to the church right away. Okay, and he got up and went to the church, and next thing we know, he was dead. That's y'all proof? You already knew Mac was in it. Why can't everybody just think that Mac just dead and gone, and now they just all blaming it on Bishop and May? I mean, I guess, but still, it's just like, nobody has concrete proof of nothing. None of this stuff is gonna hold up in court. Shit, even I know that, and I'm not no real rock star lawyer. Jacob says, well, do you know if my dad called him personally? And she was just like, well, I don't know that. But that's what they say. The only one that they can really get that story from is Basie. And supposedly Basie is dead. So then Jacob was like, well, let me ask you something else. Do you know anything about a relationship between your daddy and Loretta Davis? And now all of a sudden, Basie's sister is spooked. Oh, wait a minute. Now, what is all this about? You know what? I'm not gonna be answering no questions until I know what this is about. And, you know, Jacob was like, well, I'm just trying to get some things, you know, some ducks in a row before I reveal the whole thing. You know, I just wanted to make sure that I can talk to you. And she was just like, I mean, I'm here. Well, thank you for that. So Thick Neck and Tasha the Skank, they go on and leave. And while they getting in the car, we see Basie's sister. She makes a call. She says, well, you will not believe who I just had a conversation with. Give me a call back. I said, who is she calling? Who is she calling, y'all? Is she calling Basie? Is she calling Wicked City woman Rochelle? Who knows? But Basie's sister got a good eye on Jacob and Tasha the Skank. So anyway, they get in the car. Jacob takes her on back home. You know, he thanks her for this. You know, he needs to get to the bottom of this, you know, and she invites him in. And he says, no, he got to go get Winky. And she was just like, oh, you know, of course. And then she was just like, blurts out, did you even like me? You know, I know what we had, but I mean, did you even like me or what? And he was like, oh, you know, Tasha the Skank, of course I liked you. You know, it's just the timing wasn't right, you know. But now that him and Zora Mama fixing to get this divorce, you know, maybe they can get to know each other later. And she was just like, y'all getting a divorce? I said, yeah, girl, you gonna get your man. okay, until Basie show back up. But anyway, you gonna get your man, girl. So then she was just like trying to reach over there and give him a kiss, like, I'm gonna just give you a little something to think about. And he was like, no, Tasha the skank, let's try to do this the right way. And she was just like, I'm trying to put it on you, and you still a good man. You a good man, Jacob. Tell his old mean ass wife that. She get out the car, you know, Jacob just looks at her, then he knows what he has to do. So he take it on home. Well, first he goes to pick up Winky, and then he goes home. When he walks in the door, he see that old miserable ass Zora mama on the phone talking to the lawyer. Girl, he still ain't got no job. I don't know where he be going. Just the complaining, you know. So he overhears that. Oh, girl, he said, let me call you back. And he was like, oh, I presume that was the lawyer. She was like, yes. And he was like, and you let that lawyer know that the deal is off because I want joint custody of my son. I said, thank you. Can you just not roll over and give custody of your child to this old bitch? She was just like, what? And see your father in jail? He was like, look, if that's what you think, then fine. I guess it's gonna be up to me to go find out. She was like, go find out? Wait a minute, Jacob, where are you doing? What are you going? You know, he's rushing out, he walks out the room, and she kind of jumps up after him looking worried. I said, that's right, knock this bitch off her square. She thinks she owns shit around here. Now let's jump over to Grace. So, you know, Grace has had a time now that she knows that her son, AJ, doesn't want to talk to her. So she's out at the lake, you know, sitting out on their big ass deck. Okay, and she sees a car pulling up. It's Darius. You know, she kind of smiles to herself. There go my man. He walks up and he has black coffee for her, you know. And she was just like, so what do I, you know, owe this visit for? And he says, well, he going to Las Vegas because he hot on the trail about this Eden lending place that Cal told him about, you know. They did some research and they haven't been able to find anything on the business. Something about they used to do refinancing or something, but it sounds like they tried to just kind of wipe the company off of the face of the earth, you know. So Darius is on it. Darius also tells her that he got fired from the paper. She was like, what? You still going to Las Vegas? I guess Darius said he gonna do this for his girl. He said, yeah, you know, I was getting everything together, and my editor come calling me, telling me that, you know, they want to put me on something else political, that they want to take me off the Harmony and Hope and the Harmony story. And he was just like, why aren't we trying to find out what Bob is doing? And then the editor was just like, see, you asked too many fucking questions, so now I got to fire you. You fired. Darius ain't got no damn job no more. Grace was just like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Oh, that's okay. Darius still fixing to go to Vegas. He's still finna find out what Bob is up to. So they ain't really did nothing to Darius. Plus, he doing this for his girl. Grace was like, I wish I could go with you. You know, well, how's AJ? Oh, AJ still AJ. The nigga gonna always be AJ. So she can't go no damn where. But that's all right. Darius is on it. So he gives her a kiss and he goes off about his business. Now we see May and Bishop. They trying to figure out a name for their church. Okay. Bishop is throwing out different names to her and May is like, no. She's checking on Google actually to see if the names are taken. And yes, the names of everything that he suggests is taken. He says, what about Cornerstone Fellowship Church? Okay. And she was just like, James, Cornerstone Fellowship is right down the street. You know the church. We took the babies down there when they had a pumpkin patch or something. And I was just like, Lord, Bishop don't even remember the church that's right next door, you guys. Now, you know this is bad. I done told y'all about what's going to happen to Bishop, but I won't keep saying it. But anyway, May was just like, I want you to go get a physical. What? I'm fit as a racehorse. Okay, she was just like, then that's fine. Racehorses die every day too. Nobody got time to be watching you have another heart attack. We done been through that once before. We don't want to go through it again. Go get yourself checked out. So while they having this conversation, then here come Charity and her little short ass skirt. I said, girl, you trying to be a pastor of a church? And I mean, I know we progressive and all of this, but come on now. If it ain't tight, it's short. Charity, come sit and join us for a second. Charity was just like, I got to go to church. I got to go to work, Daddy. And May was like, you come and sit down and talk to your father like he said. Damn it, don't forget who run this house. All these grown-ass kids around here. She goes and sits down. Like, what now? Honey, that lady May is so over it. She was just like, Charity, go on and go to work. Go on and debase yourself at that husk of a church. Dance and attend on that greasy Negro and that wrinkled up asparagus of a white woman. I said not greasy and wrinkled, May. Oh my God. And Bishop, you are going to go take this physical. May just trying to tell her that them people down there gonna chew you up and spit you out too, honey. They gonna use you just like they did all the rest of everybody around there. Charity gonna say, Mama, did it ever appear to you that I was going to have a plan? And Lady May was like, a plan from you? Absolutely not. Go on somewhere, Charity. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting up here with your foolishness. But while they were sitting there, Bishop had offered her the associate pastor at their new church. She was just like, I'm already an associate pastor, you know, where she is now, so. Oh, well, she got to go to church. Gone, like I said, gone. May finally gets a appointment. Corinne, she's still working for them. And she has made an appointment for Monday for Bishop. 8:30 in the morning, so chop to it. Later on, we see Noah. He's come over to see Bishop and Lady May. And you guys know Lady May has always loved Noah. Oh, Noah, look at you. You look so good. Oh my gosh, what have you been doing? You look like a celebrity, a Hollywood star. She gushing, she going on and on, okay? Grace is sitting there looking like, oh my God, like, Mama, do you want to kiss him or something? She tells Bishop that ain't nothing changed. AJ's still being AJ at the hospital. Ain't nobody been able to talk to him. But anyway, they all sit down, Lady May, Bishop, Grace, and Noah. And Lady May was like, so how long are you going to be in town, Noah? You know, he says for the foreseeable future. And she thinks that's great. As a matter of fact, when Zora goes off to college, I said, Zora's still going to college? But yeah, when Zora go off to college, then the cabin is going to be available and you can move back in there. You know, that's your place, your old stomping grounds. And Grace was like, Mama, can you not tell this nigga that he can move into the damn cabin? Slow down, Mama. Lady May was like, what is the problem here? She just trying to help out. Y'all got AJ. He gonna be around, so Noah needs to be around. But what does AJ think? And when I was like, well, don't nobody know what AJ think because AJ don't never say nothing. Okay? Grace was just like, I just want you to understand that, you know, Noah don't have no higher place in this whole situation with AJ than I do. And Lady May was like, I don't know what that boy thinks, but there's one thing we cannot ignore. You gave away the boy, and the father didn't even know that he existed. I was like, not the sucker punch to the gut, Lady May. You know, Lady May don't mince no words. You know, when she's talking to Grace, Grace is looking like, I can't believe she just said that. I mean, she just looks like she wants to go off on her mother, but now you know you're not fixing to do that to Lady May. But May's point is just like, we need to take advantage of whatever we need to do, you know, so that everybody can act as a team, Noah and Grace, okay, when it comes to AJ. And Grace was like, you right, Mama. Okay, she gets up and she walks away. And Lady May is looking like, what did I do now? You know, Bishop was walking by when she said it. He was like, ah, like, woman. He goes off after Grace, Gigi. And she don't even have the energy to turn around. She's just like, I'm fine. I just need a little time to myself. And boy, Bishop was just like, don't you keep your back to me when I'm talking to you. Turn around. Everybody want to assert their parenthood around here today. So Gigi turns around. Look, I know your mama was out of line. You know your mama, okay? But she wasn't entirely wrong, Gigi. You and Noah have AJ. AJ is here. Noah's here. Whether you like it or not, you guys are going to be a family. Okay, Gigi. I'm not going to marry him. He is like, oh, nobody said you had to do that. All I'm saying is, this boy going to be around even though he fucking grown. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, he's grown. He's not 16, 15, 14. He's a full-blown adult. So really, we ain't really got to be a family like that. But, you know, I mean, I see what Bishop is saying. He says him and Lady May made many mistakes with Faith, and it cost Faith her life. And it cost Bishop and May, you know, the rest of the life with their daughter. You know, don't make the same mistakes. Yeah, later on we see Bishop and Lady May talking to Corinne. Okay, they trying to get this, you know, they try to throw this church together. That's going to be in Mavis's bar, child. And, you know, they got one person for this, the building manager, I guess. And then they trying to get old boy that was over the music department. But Corinne was like, no, he done moved on. He said he ain't coming back. Well, we can always ask Charity. And Lady May was like, huh, that child is lucky I even let her stay in this house. No Charity. And Corinne was like, well, I mean, it ain't like y'all got no big church or nothing. It's just going to be in this little bar or whatever. I mean, I can do a little twinkling on the piano and singing, you know, if that's what you need. I'm here for that. And Lady Mae was like, you know what, you hired. Okay, Corinne, that's a ride or die right there, ain't she? And speaking of Charity, you know, she's at her office, and child, she trying to get centered for her day. You know, all of this she got to deal with. She starts to pray, and then in walks that old greasy Negro, Sidekick Phil. And she was just like, what do you want, Sidekick Phil? And he says that Judy wants her to do the welcome next week. And she was just like, oh, well, why won't she do it? She's going to be the first lady. Fine, she'll do it if you want to. Then Charity tried to put her foot down and says how she going to preach next Sunday. And greasy Negro, Sidekick Phil, says that he got to run by Bob. Sidekick Phil ain't running nothing around there. Charity, girl, why are you... She don't trust him, but that's the best that he can do. He gonna run it by Bob. Then he says that, you know, he also wants her to help Judy. Nigga, you was really asking a lot today. Don't come in here with that mess. I can't even believe he can fix his mouth to ask this girl some of the shit that he asking her. They having problems with the music, you know, and just till they get a replacement for the guy that left, you know, can you just help out? Charity says okay, but only until she, you know, this is just her helping out until she get ready to preach. Okay. I said, girl, I hope is this really your plan? Because your plan ain't really the best so far. You groveling. They taking advantage of you. You looking bad around there in them streets. So later on, we see her. She go into Judy's office. She give her the music suggestions for the next 6 months. That's the best that she can do. You know, Judy thank her for that. And then the old wrinkled up asparagus says, well, did that greasy Negro tell you that he wanted you to do the welcome? Charity was just like, and what was I supposed to do? Do backflips and jump up and down? Charity is no trained seal. Judy says, no, girl, the reason why I really wanted you to come in here is, what do you think about this ring? I mean, what do you think about it? Is it too stodgy? And Charity says, oh no, I loved the ring when I had it. And Judy says, oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I just need to get it sized. She obviously is trying to get under Charity's skin. But Charity is like, listen, Judy, I know what you're trying to do. Okay, you think you're going to run me away from my church, my parents' church? I don't think so. Charity says she going to preach and teach and pray and serve. And she going to pass up the old wrinkled up asparagus and that greasy Negro Sidekick Phil. Let me tell you something, honey. What a mighty God I serve. See, he is my father. And my father is always winning. Again, I'm worried about the plan. So she's walking down the hall as Sidekick Phil sees her. You know what, Charity? Judy says you helped her out tremendously. You know, I thank you for that. And she was just like, fine. And she's trying to walk off, and he kind of reaches for her arm. And she was just like, nigga, don't touch me. Oh, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do none of that no more. None of this. All this don't touch. What do you want, Sidekick Phil? I gotta go pick up my child. I ain't seen him in 4 months. Sidekick Phil was just like, oh, I'm just hoping that, you know, things will go back to where we can at least just talk and be friends again. And she was just like, well, who knows? I mean, you know, the Lord does create miracles, but the way I see it, I don't see nothing like that happening no time soon. And she walk off. She killed me how she walk off from Sidekick Phil like she done did something. And ain't gained 1 point. None. Now, back at home, you know, Judy, she being her annoying self. She complaining about Charity, being uppity, and Sidekick Phil, I don't want to hear it. He ain't got time for it. You know, they about to eat. So he was just like, you know what, baby, can we just pray? And she says, of course. She said, you or me? And he says, you. So then she come praying this great value prayer up to the good Lord. And that Sidekick Phil is sitting there like, Lord, what have I got myself into? I said, oh, nigga, you done got rid of all this spice for this vegan dish. But anyway, we see Charity. She's back at home. Lady Mae comes in there. All right. And Lady Mae is trying to be nice to her daughter. She says that she was looking through some books or some boxes or whatever, and look what I found. It's your old hymnal from the church. Okay, and look what it says inside. You know, Charity opens it up. Inside, you know, in a little 4-year-old's handwriting, it says Reverend Charity Greenleaf. Okay, and Charity looks up to her and says, yeah, I was clueless back then too. No, she said that she always wanted to be a pastor. You know, singing was never her dream. Lady Mae tells her how she's been wrecking her brain all day. You know, what little bit of life she has left trying to figure out a name for the church. And Charity says, Mama, why don't you guys call it Internal Faith Fellowship? And Lady Mae says, Internal Faith Fellowship. You know what? That sounds good. She tells Charity that they got Corinne signed on over the music, you know, and Charity just laughs like, oh, okay. And then she says, and, you know, that offer for associate pastor that your father, you know, offered you, it still stands, you know. And Charity just looks up at her. I said, girl, you need to just go on with your family. You sitting up there having to deal with greasy and wrinkled all the time. Come on now, Charity, you know, and Charity thanks her for that. Okay, I guess she has something to think about. Now, let's get past the big cliffhangers or, you know, the big reveals of the night. First, we see Jacob. Now, remember, Jacob just stormed off from Zora mama and said that he gonna find out. And she was like, what are you up to? I was like, ooh, he about to go talk to his mama, okay? Instead, we see him go rushing up to Bishop. I said, no, boy, do not go talk to Bishop. Bishop and Charity and Jacob, they got the same brain. And we already know how that works. Go talk to your mama that's gonna take care of this. But no, he go rushing in to Bishop. Pops, you know, what you doing? Okay, well, he's on an exercise bike, so that means that he's exercising. Well, you on some sort of regimen or something? And he says, oh, no, your mama got me going to a physical on Monday. And, you know, he just want to get ahead of the game. But what brings you down here? You know, he ain't seen him all day. Well, Pop, I got a question that I got to ask you, but you got to tell me the truth, okay? No matter what, okay? You got to tell me the truth, okay? Bishop was like, all right. I mean, damn, let me get off this bike. What is it that you asking me, son? Well, Pop, did you call Basie Daddy and tell him to come down to the church on the day that it burned down? Why are you asking me these questions? Pop, all I said is, did you call Basie Daddy and tell him to come down to the church on the day that the church burned down? No. Now, why are you asking me these questions? Dad, are you aware that Loretta Davis left this house to Daryl James? Loretta Davis left this house to me and your mother. I got the will right in there. And he says, yeah, Pop, I know that. But there was a will before that will. And the will that came before that will says that she left it to Daryl James. Well, Bishop still don't understand. You know, what is this about, Jacob? What is this about? And Jacob just looks at him. He says, Pop, it's complicated. You know, all of the Tetris blocks in his head, they ain't even lining up. As a matter of fact, he running out of space. So he walk out the room and Paul Bishop is in there just trying to worry about whatever this was that Jacob just asked him. Now, let's jump over to the hospital. Grace and Noah are at the hospital. They're waiting in the waiting room, hoping that AJ will eventually come around. It's time for AJ to get released in a day. And after that, nobody knows what he's going to do. Now, back at the house, Sophia gets a call from AJ. Okay, and I'm presuming he wants her to come on down to the hospital. So we see her walk through the doors and she walk in and Grace sees her and jumps up and she was like, AJ called me. He wants to talk to me. Okay, please don't be upset. And Grace says, oh no, I'm not upset. Okay, maybe you can figure out what the hell wrong with him. So she go in there and she's just like, hey brother, you know, and he said, oh, finally a happy face. Nigga, it'll be a whole bunch of happy faces if you stop tripping. But he's looking at her and, you know, she looking kind of, you know, iffy. And he says, if you're going to start crying, then you're going to have to go. Nope. Sophia's going to handle it. Why is it that you wanted me to come on down here? And he says, well, I get out tomorrow and I just wanted to say bye to my sister before I go. And she was just like, what? Why are you leaving? Okay, she don't understand it. I say, here we go with this shit again. They're all on that same song and dance about how he can't be around people and this and that, you know, stuff happened. And she was just like, shit happened to me too. Do you know, I can't even have a baby no more. Even though shit has been horrible for you, shit has been horrible for me too. You're not the only one that got problems. Do you know this nigga had the nerve to tell her not to make it dramatic? I said, you is the most dramatic ass on this show, AJ. Everything gotta be a big dramatization. She was like, look, if you get checked out tomorrow and you leave and we don't know where you are, you can forget talking to me. I'm never gonna talk to you again. You can forget it, okay? You need to come up off of whatever it is that's giving you all these troubles and problems. Okay, talk to me. Next thing we see her go out into the lobby and she walks up to Grace and she says, Mom, he wants to talk to you. Get this show on the road. Let's get it over with. Finally, are we gonna find out what is wrong with AJ? She goes in there And I'm thinking that he about to tell her how, you know, he ain't really AJ and old boy was really AJ that got killed and he got paid. I mean, I done got this whole, y'all done got my mind all fixed up on this other storyline, right? So she goes in there and she was just like, hey, AJ, you know, what is it that you want to tell me? And he's like, I'm tired of people looking at me like I'm a puzzle. Well, put all the pieces together, AJ. So I'm going to tell you what the problem is, and then I don't want to talk about it no more. Fine. Just spit it out, AJ. When he was in jail, one of the bitches in there raped him, and that same bitch gave him HIV. And that is his life. This is why he's been so miserable. Listen, I'm not trying to diminish the boy, the traumas that he's received in jail. Being raped is horrible. I get that. Okay, getting HIV is horrible. I get that. All right. I understand that he's been through a lot. I do, you guys. Sympathetic with it and all. But you made the decision to be back around these people. These people are clearly trying to help you. You done took everybody through every single change that they could go through, okay, for you. And you are mad because you're sick. You're mad at everybody else because you're sick? Oh my God. Taking out the psychological effects of rape, does he not understand that HIV is not a death sentence anymore? I mean, I've had a conversation with you guys plenty of times, and I done said, sometimes when I think about people getting cancer and thinking, you know, people getting HIV, I'm wondering which one is worse. Okay, you hear about people not even having the strain in their body no more. You know, these people got money. They can really help you out, AJ. So I'm not discounting the psychological effects of rape on him. But what I'm saying is, this boy obviously ain't trying to get this kind of help around. You done put everybody through all this, and now you just want, because you have HIV. I was just like, oh my God. Is there going to be more to this story? Because if it's not, I was just like, we done been through all this because of this. Does that mean to say somebody going to tell me that I need to give AJ a break? But I'm just like, oh my God. Had you said this a long time ago, you wouldn't have had to been breaking into pharmacies and stealing drugs and all that. Let these people help you. Why you got to make shit harder for yourself? Oh my God. I can't. I can't. I can't. All right, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here, get this edited and up to you. Okay, I feel a little better after. I always feel a little better after I do my videos. You guys help me so much. Rocky love y'all. But anyway, make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.